Hey all, it's Kate from Katie Did. I came back to see if I could find any more treasures at this bottle dump that we found a little earlier. There's a big snowstorm moving in, so I know that there's going to be not very much time that we can do this. So I brought a little shovel and just thought we could see if there's any more bottles or jars or something that we want to take home here. I see we've got quite a lot of cans here. This is right exactly where I found that shoe the last time, and so I just want to see what else is here. Maybe nothing, but I figured I might as well take a look. This is actually, I thought this was metal. This is actually a rib bone from some kind of animal, so that's weird. When the river rises, all of this will get washed away, so I wanted to try to come out here before the snow flies and see what I can find. Now, see, this is, I think, the rest of that shoe. That's right where I found it. Yep, sure enough. There's the end of it. The rest of it's right there. Isn't that interesting? I guess we can look at it a little bit more later, but it has some thick leather for the heel. Interesting. We'll get back to that. What kind of crazy person comes out on Thanksgiving Day to dig in an old bottle dump? That's what I want to know. I did find out, last time I was digging, I found some blue glass in a ball jar, and I did find out that they stopped making the blue glass ball jars in 1935. So this bottle dump was certainly done sometime in the early part of the 1900s. So we'll see if we can find anything, and I'll turn you back on. I'll turn you back on if we do. Okay, we moved a little farther up the hill, and hopefully you'll be able to see what we're digging at here. I found this, I'm sure it's a piece of plate, an old plate, right here. And right underneath it, it looks like there's another old bottle, has a lid on it. It looks like it's kind of little. You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an archaeologist, and I think this is probably as close as I'm going to come. It's just kind of cool to be able to find stuff that was placed here by people so long ago. It would be cooler if the ground weren't frozen. I guess that's pretty cool indeed. Anyway, let's see what we can get here. This piece is clearly a piece of an old plate. That's kind of cool. And this, is there another, is this a rock or is that a, nope, that's a rock. Thought this glass looks very much like some of the quartz that's around here, so I've been finding rocks and been thinking they were glass. Some definite metal there. Metal detecting is another one of those things that I have thought it would be fun to do, but I haven't yet, partly because I have so many hobbies already that going and doing another one is a little bit like probably not recommended, just because it gets to be silly. But I have to say that doing this digging this bottle dump is quite fascinating to me. Maybe next summer I'll go and try my hand at some sapphire mining or panning for gold or something like that. Kind of fits in with the rock channel a little bit more. But this was actually, I found this on the beach where I was hunting agates, and it just seems to kind of fit in with the general channel vibe, so I thought I'd take you along, see what we could find. Like I said, the ground is pretty frozen, making it more difficult to find this. Oh, look at this jar. That's so neat. You know, back before they had, the lid is gone. Back before they had plastic, they used jars for everything. There's a really nice little jar. I think that's super cool. Let's see what else we can find here. I bet the jar making companies were sad when the plastics were developed, because they kind of had to either get a new product or completely lose all their customers. Now I'm looking at rocks. It's one of those basalt and feldspar. Anyway, this is fun. I'll bring you along if I find anything more. I feel like I'm digging for treasure, and in fact I'm just digging for garbage. Pretty silly. Just wanted to shoot a little bit more of this shoe before we left it here. It's obviously in terrible condition and not something I'm gonna haul home. But it was interesting to me that the shoe, which we found last time that it was hand sewn on the bottom, actually had a heel. It was a fabric shoe, and you can see it had some wool, probably insulation or something. It's worn on the heel. Somebody wore this shoe until they couldn't wear it anymore. That's neat. From a plate.
Maybe. I don't know how I feel about being on your YouTube channel. I just wanted to show you something.
Led me to realize that there was something going on in this area besides just people being disgusting by throwing stuff on the ground. This is an old, rusty old bicycle frame, and this is a broken toilet, which is what I initially thought somebody just ditched their toilet and threw it on the riverbank, but it's apparently a pretty old porcelain toilet, and so there's pieces of that all over the place. And I kind of like to get that frame, bike frame, up just to kind of see what it looks like, but I don't know, it may be frozen to the ground, it might be too late. This is
Little necklace right here.
what? You found a necklace?
Yeah. Let's get it first, but
Oh, it's a torque.
yeah.
Or a collar. That's like a shock collar for what you need.
What do I need?
Yeah, so when you're not behaving yourself, we can put it on you.
I see.
You want this?
If only I had some sort of digging implement.
is frozen pretty hard, isn't it?
Yeah. What's that?
This is neat. I don't know what that thing is. It's some kind of a gear.
Remember that scene in the first Avengers where poor Captain America is like, it appears to function on some form of electricity. He's from 1940 or whatever. And he has no idea.
Maybe try prying it up from the ground instead of trying to dig in the interior.
Pretty fragile.
Maybe it's a tiara. Put it on, see if it fits.
Doesn't open very well. It's frozen shut.
This looks like a very pretty piece of agatized wood. To wash it off to make sure, but love the colors in that. What do you suppose it was? Looks like it's got a collar of some kind, like a pipe fitting or something like that. That's cool. Look at that. That's neat. Well, the sun is going down, the air is getting colder, we've left the bottle dump. I took that jar with me, so hopefully I'll be able to get those cleaned up and show you something pretty cool. Meanwhile, just gonna look for a few rocks. Check this one out. I don't know what it is. I'm thinking maybe petrified wood, but I like it. Looks cold. Well, I think one of these days I'm going to have to accept that it's getting too cold to go out and ramble around by the river. There's ice everywhere, we're expecting a big snowstorm. But you know, my kids are home and I had the day that I could come do it, so I just had to try. I found a few fun things and we had a good time. So, this is Kate from Katie Did. Keep on doing.